here, though. Everything seemed drained of color. The man, his car, the bleak stormscape outside. It made Saffron feel off balance. "Just stop and I'll get out," she said. "You can drive off. You're going to be in a lot of trouble if you don't." The man's voice was too small for his size. "I'll be in more trouble if I do." Saffron asked what that meant, but she was met with stony silence. There was only one thing to do. Wait until the car stopped, then run. So when the car squealed into an otherwise empty two-car garage and slammed to a halt, Saffron threw the door wide and jumped out. As she did, she ran smack into a tiny woman in a fuzzy scarlet bathrobe. The woman had short hair, the color of onyx, and her hands were raw and as red as her bathrobe. In one of them was a short-nosed handgun. Saffron froze and watched the garage door creak closed behind her. She glanced around. There were no windows and only one door. Based on its orientation, it led into the little beach house she glimpsed through a tangle of bushes as they arrived. There were no doors that led directly to the outside. From somewhere behind her, Saffron's kidnapper spoke. His voice was small and sounded grainy, like an old cassette tape recording. "I'm sorry," he said. It was unclear whether he was speaking to Saffron or to the woman. When the little woman spoke, Saffron was surprised at the forcefulness of her voice. It wasn't loud, but it filled the whole garage. The fluorescent light seemed to flicker at the sound of it. "Shut up, Milo." She waved a hand. "Lock the car up." He shuffled around the car, slamming Saffron's door before retreating back to the driver's side and using a key to lock it. Saffron had been in difficult situations before. Gun or no gun, a show of confidence was essential. "You'd better let me out of here," she said, more loudly than she'd intended. The woman's face was unreadable. "You're not going anywhere, Miss Party Planner." Saffron's stomach twisted. She was at a disadvantage. She ran an event planning business, Brightblossom Events. The woman obviously knew more about her than she did about the woman. "We're all just going to stand in this garage for the rest of our lives?" Saffron asked, trying to keep the shiver out of her voice. "You are," the woman said. The implication made Saffron feel dizzy. How long would the rest of her life be? She tried a different tactic. "What do you want?" Honestly, Saffron was afraid to hear the answer, but she asked the question without blinking. The woman's sable eyes were steady, as was her hand on the gun. "Not much. You're just going to tell me all about the Kimball wedding you've been working so hard on." Saffron's heart sank. The wedding was tomorrow. It was the union of a mature couple who'd come to her begging for a beautiful beach ceremony and complete secrecy. Only 7 people even knew the wedding was happening. The bride and groom, the bride's adult son, the kahu who would perform the ceremony, Bernadette from the Oceanside Cafe who was providing light refreshments that Saffron was supposed to pick up in the morning, a lawyer from Maika'i, and Saffron, who'd planned the whole thing, from the attire to the Jeep the couple would drive off in after the ceremony. And of those 7 people, Saffron was the only one who knew all the details, including where the wedding would take place. The bride had whispered to Saffron that she wanted to get married next to the enormous, deafening waves on Uwe Beach. Even the groom, whom Saffron hadn't met yet, didn't know he was getting married at the little beach with the big shorebreak that caused towering waves. The beach was so dangerous that Saffron had spent an entire day scouting out the only location where the wedding could take place and the wedding photos wouldn't include a "proceed at your own peril" sign. It seemed a bad addition to a wedding montage, if an accurate one. Saffron was supposed to pick up the 3 guests in a minivan tomorrow and meet the couple at the beach.